Hi Hayden, welcome to today's video lesson. We're going to start with a little warm-up on a scale, and then we're going to move into our book on page 24. Alright, and we'll also move into 25, and hopefully 27 here today. So let's start with just a quick G major scale, one that we're real familiar with. When we start the scale though, let's see if you can challenge yourself to play it in a round. So when I start, I'll play 2 notes and then you'll come in. Give it a go. But if not, just back it up and try it again from the beginning. It'll all be good there. So we'll start with G on our open G string, and then we'll move to our high G in 4th finger in 4th position on the A string. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, half notes, 2, and now you play C natural. There you go. Nice, and we made it all the way to the top. Now let's go back down and we'll do the same thing. So as a round, I'll play the first 2 notes and then you come in. When I go to E, you play G. Nice, so let's try that together here. So 1, 2 from the top of the G major scale, 2 octaves, going downwards as a round. 1, 2, 3, 4, and G. Your turn. G, F sharp. Low 2. Well done. Nice. Okay, so now we're going to try the same thing, not as a round, but we're just going to add a little bow pattern in here. So we'll do it together, in unison, we call that. So the pattern for each note on the scale is going to go G, G, G. So basically, long, short, short, long, short, short, down, bow, short, short, up, bow, short, short, down, short, short, up. And so that's going to be that bow motion we'll do for this. So just try it on open G for now, just to make sure we get that bow pattern right. So long, short, short, long, short, short, down, short, short, up, short, short, down, short, short, up. Nice, so now that you've gotten the hang of that pattern there with the bow, we'll add our left hand in and we'll play some notes with it. So, same scale, G major. And then we'll move our bow with the pattern that we just worked on. That long, short, short, long, short, short, long, short, short, long. Ready? From G to in unison. F sharp, B, C natural, nice, so stop there and then we'll work our way back down. So job. Awesome. So now we're going to try from page 24, number 87, our scale warm-up here. And this is just a D major scale 1 octave. So this will be a lot easier than what we were just doing. 1 octave here. And let's follow the music as it's written. So at the end of the 4th measure, we have C sharp, C sharp, C sharp. So 1, 2, and 3, 4. But then the rest of the rhythm is going to stay the same. It's just quarter notes. 2 quarter notes per note of the scale. Okay, so let's take it from 87. 2, 3, 4. Next measure, D, D, C sharp. Excellent job. Okay, so now we're going to move on to number 88. We'll take this one a little bit slower since it's jumping around a little bit here. So the beginning starts off as 1, 2, 1, 2. And now there's a repeat sign, but let's pause for a moment. This time, we're going to try, look where it says Frere Jacques -round. So we're going to try this piece as if it's in a round, like how we did with our scale at the beginning of the lesson here. So see on measure 1 how we have a number 1 there with a circle around it. And then look at measure 5. There's a number 2 with a circle around it. So basically, when I'm going to play this, and then once I get to 2, then you're going to come in at 1. Does that make sense? So I'm going to play measure 1, 2, 3, and 4. And once I get to measure 5, where that 2 is circled, that's when you come in at the beginning. All right, let's try it out. So 1, 2, you'll come in 4 measures here. So D. Now come in at the beginning. 2 and 1, 2, 1, 2, and now 8 notes. And then you keep going. Excellent job. All right, let's move on to number 89 now. So for this one, the top line, line A, is going to be playing that F sharp, and then moving to G, then moving to F sharp and E, right? But then we have that long, short, short, long, short, short, long pattern there, and it'll go. First, I'm going to start out with line A. I want you to practice line A first with me as well. We'll do it in unison. And then I'll play line B for you to play line A over top of, okay? So 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. G, 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 F sharp. Down to E. F sharp. G. Nice. Nice, excellent job. Now let's try this again, and you're gonna play the top line, and I'll play the bottom line here. One sec. So I'm gonna be playing A. Ready? 1, 2, and 3, 4, and F sharp, F sharp, F sharp, E, E, F sharp, F sharp, G, 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 F sharp, B, E, E, D, 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 D. Awesome, great job. Let's try the next page here, number 90. And this is called English round, so it's definitely a round as well. So that means look at the circled number 1 and the circled number 2 there. We're going to follow those and make sure that once one of us I'll start. So once I get to that number 2 section on the second measure there, you're going to come in at measure 1 at the beginning. So number 90, English round. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very slow. 1, 4. And now your turn. Come in at the beginning. A, D, D, C sharp, D. Good job. Now let's try it again. 2, same thing. 4, and your turn. Awesome. And if you couldn't keep up there, try it again from the repeat. And D, F sharp. Your turn. Coming on D. There you go. And A. Excellent job. Now let's move on to number 91 together. And if the round part of any of this is a little confusing, that's totally fine. Just back up the video, try it again, just in unison. And then once you feel comfortable doing that, when you have a better idea of the melody that's happening and how your fingers are going to play it, then add in the round. So don't work yourself or overwhelm yourself if it's too much doing the round right now. But I just want to give you the option. So moving on to number 91, let's try line A together here. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and nice. Let's try that again. So from the beginning, 91, 2, 3, 4, and and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and measure 5. F sharp, F sharp, F sharp, G. Three, 4. Nice. And now let's try. I'm going to play the bottom line here, and I want you to try and play the top line at the same time as me, okay? So I'll play B, you'll play A. 2, 3, and 4, and Nice. So definitely feel free to try that one again in order to, if you wanted to like learn the bottom part. But the most important one I want you to work on with this one is A for now. If you feel like going on to B and trying that while I play A, if you want to back the video up, go for it. But let's move on now to number 92 together. 1, 2, 3, 4, and... D, C sharp. One and two. Nice. Now let's try the B line. So from the bottom part, B line, we start on the F sharp. That's a note. F sharp. 2, 3, 4. Measure 9. And 2 and. Nice. So let's try this one again, and we're gonna do it all the way through to where I'll start on B and you'll start on A. But then we'll take the repeat and then you'll start on B and I'll play on A. Does that make sense? So once we play this all the way through, we're gonna switch and play the other half so that each of us will play both halves separately. Make sense? All right, so you'll start at A, go all the way through, and then once you get to the repeat, play B. I'll start on the B line, go all the way through, and repeat, and then I'll play the A line. Ready? 1 and 2 and... and repeat. So now you'll play the B line, I'll play the A line. 3, 4. Measure 9. Nice. So now I just want to do this one really quick one more time, but not going to play it all the way through. We're just going to play the top line together in unison, and we're just going to take it up a notch, so just a little quicker. It'll go 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 1, 2. If that's too fast for you right now, that's totally okay. You'll work your way up to it and then come back to it. Ready? The A line here. 1, 2, 1 and 2 and. Nice. Let's move on to the next page here. Number 26 here. Or sorry, page 26. And you'll notice that we start on a much easier pace than the 2 previous pages. This is because we're learning a new string here. So it's just keeping it very slow at first. We have the first note here is G. So let's play number 93 together. 1. It's just one note repeated several times. So let's play it a little quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. Now let's move to 94. We're reading C on the G string. So that's 4th finger on our G. So G, oh, mine's a little out of tune. And then we'll go G up to our 4th finger. And you can even walk your way up if you want. 4th finger is C. And then check it to your lowest string. And that's how you know you're in tune. Okay, so number 94, this is just 2 notes, 1 note repeated, and then we have a G at the end. Let's take it a little quicker. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2. Nice. And then now we're reading B, number 95, 3rd finger. So 4th finger drops to a 3rd. Just lift up your 4th finger and your 3rd's there. Make sure though that your thumb is nice and relaxed here. We're not pushing up with our thumb to bring the cello to our fingers. We're pushing down with our fingers to bring the cello to us. Make sense? That way it puts less tension on your thumb and you make sure you have a nice C curve. So we have B, number 95. So go G, A, B, 3rd finger. Or if we were going from C, we just drop that 4th finger. And we're there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then C, B, and C, G, C. Nice. Now let's read A, number 96. And then check it with your A string. Make sure you're in tune. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then G, 2, A, 4, and B, B, C. Very good. Now number 97 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2, rest, rest, and G. 1, 2, rest, rest. Nice. Now number 98, we have a G major scale in half notes. Let's do this one as a round, just since we know our G major scale so well by now. So I'll start, and then you come in. By measure 2, you should be coming in. When I get to that B, you come in at G. Ready? So 98, 2, 3, 4, and 2. Your turn. Back down. melody, the B melody, as like an echo of what I'm playing here. It's just because it's 2 notes afterwards. Now let's try number 99. This is 4th finger D for violins and violas. We're just going to play open D here. Don't let that confuse you. So number 99, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4. Let's try that again. If you had difficulty, I know I took that a little fast. But look, we're just going stepwise motion up the G string all the way to the D string. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and G, A, B, C, D, 2, and 3, 4, and D, G, 2, and 3, 4, and then going down, 2, 3, 4. Nice. Now look at number 100. We've made it to number 100. Look at that. 1, 2. We'll take this one a little slower for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4, and A, C, D, B, D, B, and then up to D, going down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. Now let's try number 101 here. This one should be a kind of a recognizable melody here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's try that first melody one more time here again. Just those first 2 measures together. 2, 3, and 4, and very good. Going on, C, A, G. Now to D. To D. 4, and now we lift our bow to go to G. Rest and C, B, A. Nice, good job. And now we'll look at 102 finally here. And this one, we're kind of putting a lot of different techniques together. So let's look at the song first, just to analyze it. First measure, we have a 3rd jump. So we skip over from D, we skip over C, and we go to B. So open D to 3rd finger B. Then looking at measure 3, we have our little scale-wise motion going. And then once we get to the end of line 1 here of This Old Man, 102, we go. Nice, so let's try it from the beginning. 1, 2, 102, and E, D, C. Excellent, great job, awesome. So, I believe that is about all the time we have for this video lesson here, but we made it through both sets of those pages there. And so just remember that page 24 and 25 are going to take some time to learn. So don't stress it if they're really hard. It's because those pages are just actually really difficult. But you're doing great, I'm sure. So then when you get to page 26 and 27, it goes back to the basics, but just on the G string. So you're pretty familiar with G, so hopefully those 2 pages shouldn't be too much of a problem for you. But yeah, I'd be glad to answer any questions in person, or you can always have your mom text me or something. So thank you so much, and I will see y'all next week.